What's up, family? Happy Monday morning. We're back to work, baby. So, go through the morning watch list with you guys here. A couple of things to discuss. First and foremost, guys, every Monday morning, we want to take a look here at the economic calendar, get a sense of, anything meaningful taking place. But, the major thing I'm looking for, guys, is the Fed. Is the Fed, or, even better, Jerome Powell coming out this week. And let's see, today is the 3rd. So here we are in August already. And we got the jobless claims, guys, on Thursday, but I ain't seeing any Fed. So there we go. Simple as that. And then before we jump into the video, guys, if you don't already, you can check me out on Twitter at FocusTradesT, at Instagram, Focus Trades, and then obviously FocusTrades.com. So this morning, guys, quick look here at the futures. Let's start here with the SPY futures. Making a nice little pump this morning, up about 0.5%. I want you guys to keep an eye on this upcoming level of resistance right here. This is such a critical level, guys. We break through here, all of a sudden, right? Let me get the daily chart for y'all. Right. We start really breaking out here. All of a sudden, guys, we're approaching all-time highs pretty damn quickly, right? So you take a look at the SPX here, and we're just having a tough time right now filling this gap. If we can fill this gap to the upside, we can see some momentum coming in. On top of that, we take a look here, guys, at the futures for the Qs. These puppies are up just about 1% here this morning. More importantly, though, guys, we are going to be in day 1, 2, 3, 4, day 5 of a daily squeeze. And we can see here this morning that inside this daily squeeze, we're getting our first bar of bullish momentum, which you guys can see from the dark blue bars turning into the light blue. So, this is big, guys. You've got the S&P 500 approaching that gap fill level. We fill that gap, we're potentially, heading right towards all-time highs. And then we know that tech stocks and semiconductor stocks have led the market this entire year off the bottom. So now after earnings last week for the big boys like Amazon, Facebook, Google, Apple, now we got the Qs, we got the tech basket here in the squeeze, guys. This could be big. We're building up energy right now. If that energy gets released to the upside, we can see some serious momentum. Same thing to the downside, but more importantly, guys, when the squeezes fire and we're just pumping and pumping, it's relatively easy. What can be more difficult, though, is what can take place inside the squeeze. As long as we're squeezing here, guys, until that squeeze can fire, we're liable to see a whole bunch of nasty back and forth chop. It's just what happens inside a squeeze. So keep that in mind. While this bigger picture daily setup here, obviously, family, if it does fire, it can lead to one hell of a move. We know that in the interim, while we're inside the squeeze, it can be very, very choppy. So I think that's a really, important thing to keep in mind right now. And we just got to patiently wait, guys, to see if this thing breaks, but no biases, right? As easily as we can break and rip, we can roll over from this level. So inside the squeeze, things can be sloppy. Once that squeeze fires, it's time to get to work. So for me, guys, my goal for the rest of the year, as I've been discussing with y'all, is to focus on my go-to setups and just, literally ignoring everything else. So you can take a look at some of the videos I posted over the weekend to get a sense, guys, of what I'm looking at in more detail. For those of y'all in the group during the pre-market live stream, we'll take a look at these. But I'm loving this Micron daily squeeze here, guys. Never mind the setup itself. I love the fact that the setup is on a semiconductor stock. We look at SMH. The semiconductor sector, along with tech, has led the market here off the bottom. And, you got a couple of other, names in this group right now. You got your AMD just going crazy, guys. We got Qualcomm going crazy. We've got NVIDIA in a daily squeeze right underneath all-time highs, approaching earnings in a couple of weeks. So my thought process here, guys, we got a good looking daily squeeze on Micron. Tech and semis, they've led the market this whole year, right? Since we bottomed out in March, they took the lead. So what I'm looking for here, guys, right, in the event that tech and semis continue to lead the way for the rest of the year, I'm looking at this daily squeeze here on Micron, and I'm looking to play this setup, guys, but to get positioned for, a longer term move. Under the mindset, right, with this context that, hey, semi stocks along with tech, they've led the market all year here. If that's going to continue, guys, then I like the odds of Micron going a little bit higher over the next few months. So my thought process on this one, guys, for a longer term swing, we go out here to January 21st, or I'm sorry, January 15th of next year. You know, put credit spread, guys, come out here at about 47, right? Buy the 45s as protection. And like I mentioned yesterday, guys, if I'm ever throwing out, position sizes and all that crap at you, it's all relative. But I'm loving the idea of something like this, guys, right? A couple hundred contracts, not quite a 1-to-1 risk-reward ratio, but for me, damn near close enough. And then you're down there at 47. And again, remember the thought process and the context here. These names have led the market. If that trend continues, then I like the odds, guys, of Micron being above 47 over the next couple of months. So if I can get a put credit spread right now, while this thing is in a daily squeeze, I like the odds, guys, if this squeeze fires, right? And we continue to see money just pumping into, the semis here. I'm liking that idea right now a lot. So I'm not going to rush here. The tighter the squeeze gets, the better the trade's going to be potentially. And she's just kind of flopping around this morning. So for sure, guys, Micron is number one on my watch list. And then we got my buddy Tesla over here. So Tesla, guys, hanging out right at the 21 EMA. Right? This is my ideal buy zone. That's where I'm looking to get long. Right? So for me, guys, Apple's not on the focus list. She's gapping up even more this morning, just too far gone. I want to take entries at the 21, not once the ship has sailed. Right? Then you run the risk of taking your entry, and then you get the reversion to the mean right in your face. So Apple is gone. Right? Amazon is gone. Facebook is gone. That's it, guys. They're not on my watch list until they can go into a pullback. So that leaves me with a name like Tesla here, holding up beautifully last week at the 21 EMA. More importantly, though, this is going to be day 2 of a daily squeeze. All right? So we make the big explosive move here. Now we're just kind of chilling out, chopping back and forth, and we're starting to go into a nice squeeze here. So, guys, the longer that this squeeze lasts, the tighter and tighter that those Bollinger Bands get, the better the probabilities that the next move for Tesla is going to be a big one. So I'm not looking to rush into this one yet, but this is going to be a huge part of my focus list over the next few days and weeks. Anytime you get Tesla squeezing, especially on a time frame like the daily chart, you want to pay some attention. So I'm looking at Tesla, guys, and then, a name I know a lot of folks are talking about right now is Boeing. Guys, I don't hate the idea of going long Boeing, somewhere around these levels, looking for a move over the next, 5 or 6 months here. However, major thing to keep in mind right now is we got this daily squeeze that is in the middle of firing to the downside, right? So we fired off on Thursday. That downside pressure continued on Friday. I'm not looking to jump into this thing long, whether it be naked calls, guys, or a credit spread, until we can begin to lose this bearish momentum. All right, let me take a look at the hourly chart, and she's just kind of effing around here this morning, but nonetheless, a good rule of thumb, guys, is don't fight the squeeze, right? You probably wouldn't have fared very well going short Boeing over here as it was firing a daily squeeze to the upside, right? The time to short Boeing is when it loses all of that bullish momentum. Same thing when you're looking for a bounce. You don't want to fight the squeeze. You don't want to run in front of a potential train. So Boeing's on the watch list here, guys, but I'm more so being patient, waiting for this momentum to dry up, right? The daily squeeze has fired. That energy is getting released to the downside, so we got this bearish momentum. Once that bearish momentum begins to dry up, hey, that's when I'm looking for a nice, deep, out-the-money credit spread. And I'm actually looking at Boeing, guys, at the same kind of mindset here as Micron. Right now, I love my weekly trades. I love the shorter-term stuff. But I'm also loving the idea here on Boeing, right? Same expiration date, guys, out into next January. And man, we got some crazy premium here right now, right? Max lost 2,600 to make 2,300. Right? You better believe, guys, that's a trade I'm going to entertain when we begin to lose that momentum. It's as simple as that. So, right, I'll start on the hourly chart, work my way to the 2-hour, the 4-hour, the daily, just looking for signs of this bearish momentum to dry up. Simple as that. So let's see. It's 8 o'clock in the morning. Focus Trades members, I'll see you guys in an hour for the pre-market live stream. And your boy's got a busy day. Got a couple of one-on-one lessons today. Obviously, we got to do the live stream. And that's it, guys. So Monday, without a doubt, is my favorite day of the week. I woke up just super excited this morning around 3:30, hit the ground running. So I hope you guys are as excited as I am to trade this week. My goal, get better. Hopefully that's your goal as well. So I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe, and I will keep you guys posted throughout the week here on Micron, on Tesla, on Boeing, and anything else that comes our way. Talk to you guys tomorrow morning.